You don't know either?
I don't. I'm so scared.
Oh, man.
Yeah, I'm terrified.
Parallax.
Yeah. Real Parallax is so scary.
Regular Parallax is not an innocent person either.
No, he's not.
The Parallax in the party might be the most benign of the Parallaxes.
I mean, that's good.
Is it?
Is it?
I'm the most Parallax of the Parallaxes.
I mean, otherwise.
That's right. Parallax Prime.
Yeah.
And that's the one that has a guard. The safest of the Parallaxes. Cool.
To protect you from yourself.
When we last left the Cabal, they were in downtown Salem, about to enter book signing. In another timeline, they did enter that book signing. And then, after splitting up, each reached their own unfortunate ends. Thankfully, one of the group is a Doctor Who in training, and Parallax, with a snap of his fingers and a click of his pocket watch, rewound time to just before the moment that the Cabal had split up. Backing away from the apparent trap that is the Corvid's Corner bookstore, the party sees other awakened on the street, a man with facial tattoos and a woman with thick dreadlock hair who looks down the street wearing a leather jacket. They both look pretty intimidating, but Mona, heedless of this, gestures at them and summons them to her. Unlike when this couple fled from Parallax, who had spotted them earlier, they hesitantly approach the Cabal now. Following closely behind them is the Irish car driver, who you all know to be a member of the Adamantine Arrow, Brother Finnegan. Oh, there you are! Oh, and who are these two?
We were just about to have drinks. Drinks?
Both of the other two mages have their faces set flat, looking at you without particular empathy. The man with the facial tattoo nods, a slow nod. And you turn to the local pub.
I do.
It's the old Main Street pub. It's 2 o'clock and not too many people are at the pub. It's just opened up.
I go get a drink. Well, actually, I'm going to ask our new guests. What will you have? Tea, coffee, something stronger?
The man with the tattoos shakes his head. The woman says, I don't require that. Finnegan says, I'll take a pint. What do you have? Oh, maybe a Sam Adams.
One for me too. I'm definitely going to use my magic to not get drunk. So Hannah is going to introduce themselves, put their hand out, but is going to also use a mental scan with their initiate of mind.
Ooh,
just
nice.
as a general, I'm Hannah, and I look them in the eyes and try and do a quick mental scan of.
It's a mind plus gnosis. Are you using any yantras?
Well, if they take my hand, then that would be one. I'll be touching them.
I don't think that they do, actually. These two look at your hand. They are very cold.
I guess an appropriate yantra could I use, you can use places as yantras. Could I use the pub's atmosphere? Like this is where you get to know people and kind of, people get drunk and divulge stuff about themselves they don't usually want to.
Absolutely. Just being here has kind of loosened the mental atmosphere. Even though they might be holding on to their ideas, you can use it as a part of your magic to just pierce beyond those stony gazes.
And that would be one extra.
It'd be one extra die.
Oh, sweet. Does not work.
Yeah, when you look at them, they're like cold, impartial stone walls.
Mhm.
Perhaps easier for you to read is the spirits around them. And you could also read the spirits of this place. Anyone else have any active mage sites or using any spells in this initial meeting? Mona?
Prime.
Okay. With Prime sight up, you can tell that they have several hung effects upon them. The woman appears to have hardened her skin in some way, some sort of life spell. And the man has pale shadow hanging over him. Would you like to roll your Prime Gnosis to ask questions about, say, their Nimbus or their Arcanum?
5.
5 successes?
Yes, because I reroll 9s and 10s because I'm with Parallax.
That's right. You could regain a mana, or you could apply a condition to yourself or them.
Regain a mana.
Okay. So you're going to regain a mana as you look at them with your supernal vision, and you can feel the magical energy growing just from being in their presence. Looking at them, you can ask questions like, what is their nimbus? What paths do they favor? And I would also entertain other questions relating to their magical nature.
Yeah, I would like to know what is how strong is their highest arcana, and what is it?
Which one, the man or the woman?
How many questions do I have?
You have 5 questions.
Okay, so I'll do it for both of them.
So the man has 3 dots in his highest arcanum, as does the woman, which would make them adepts.
Yeah.
For another question each, I would tell you what arcanum is highest for them.
Yes, please.
For the man, it's death.
Okay.
And for the woman, life.
Oh, cool. And then I have one more question. I'd like to know what is the man's nimbus, because there's that shadow, and I'm wondering if that's his nimbus.
You sense a massive tidal wave behind him. It washes forward towards you, unrelenting and unstopping, a tsunami of emotion and power. You can tell that it's a wave of death.
Okay.
And you recognize his facial tattoos. They are Maori, like Moana. He is from the island nations out in the Pacific somewhere. Maybe not even native to this land.
Okay.
Ethel, you remember this man, though. He was there in the hedge maze. He was the one who you used your success to say, who is dragging my body out of this hedge maze? It was this man with the facial tattoos. The woman looks at Parallax and says, we're not here to listen to your excuses. We're here because it's already too late for you.
You saying you're here to kill him?
That is our oath. We are here to eliminate this threat.
But he wasn't convicted. We're his babysitters to make sure that everything's hunky-dory. He was
That's
not
right.
convicted. He's not guilty
Who are
yet.
you?
I'm gonna actually turn on my fate sight real quick.
Yep.
And what do I see with that on?
Roll me a hypnosis check.
Sure.
I'm going to ask, are you working with Numa?
Numa, she says, and shakes her head, rolls her eyes a little bit. He may want to be the hierarch, but no, we serve the arrow. And at that, your Irish companion spits out some of his beer, and Finnegan turns around and says, well, why didn't you say so? I'm a part of the arrow as well.
Oh, you guys know each other? This is Brother Finnegan.
I'm from
What are
out
your
of town.
names?
He puts out a hand and gets that same cold reception.
Oh man, we're trying so hard.
The woman
Three
says,
successes on that, by the way.
all you need to know is that we are gravediggers, and we are seen as the agents that protect against that which has no other solution but death. And she is still looking over at Parallax.
Yeah, but there is another solution.
There's also another Parallax, and I point to the book ad that Parallax has. You sure it's not?
We didn't obtain the book, but we have the poster.
Yeah, the poster.
She looks at the poster and looks at Parallax and says, a time displacement. And there is only one way to correct the loop. It is with your death.
Are you sure about that, though?
She pauses. I am not the one who has seen this. I serve another, stronger. The
Oh,
Hydra has sent us.
oh, I've heard that name before.
Then you know that she is a powerful will worker and has seen the destruction that you are working on the city, even now.
Well, I know she's powerful. And
Spirit thing? Because that's spirit and not. Oh, no, there is a time hole.
Spirit's messed up, time's messed up.
There's a lot of broken things beyond what I think Parallax could probably do. I mean, Parallax is, very powerful and stuff, but it seems like a really big broken hole for one professor bookseller to be doing.
it is, though, it is.
The other man who's here with the tattoo says, there are more than one of you, are there not? Speak now, accused.
Oh, where's the hospitality? Gosh.
So what do I see with my fate sight? I got 3 successes.
With 3 successes, you can see that this guy has some sort of destiny. That, like you, neither of them are particularly linked to you, but he is linked to Ermengarde quite closely.
In a good way? Do I know that? Or is it just some sort of connection?
So it is some sort of connection, but I would allow you to do a time spell to ask some questions about the future if you would like.
No, actually, I am these guys have been very hostile towards me. And literally, it's just Hannah and Mona are the only reason why I haven't done anything yet. So I'm like literally seething. I'm trying to keep my composure though. And that guy asked me if there's more than one of me, right? Just now.
No, he stated that there were more than one of you. Then he
Oh,
said
yeah.
he had to speak.
Yeah, you are correct in that observation. But there's multiple timelines. There's multiple of everybody.
They stem from you, he says. And when he says it in a prime high speech, and you understand that it is true.
I say in my prime high speech, I know another way where this can be resolved without killing Parallax. Here.
Roll me a persuasion attempt. It could be maybe manipulation persuasion.
Okay.
And I think that you can actually add a bonus for speaking in prime high speech because he respects that.
I got a success.
He looks at you. She does as well, but then she looks back at Parallax. She kind of is. They haven't sat down at the pub. I don't know if any of you have sat down, but she's kind of like shifting from one foot to the other. Finnegan has stopped drinking his beer, and the atmosphere is a little bit tense in this bar. There is a sleeper bartender, but the only other sleepers in this place are pretty distracted, drinking in the middle of the day down in one of the booths.
I'm going to sidle next to her and say, "What's your name?"
You may call me. And she looks like she doesn't really want to tell you.
Tell me.
Eve. I stand sentinel for the concilium that was. And you would know as a member of that concilium that a sentinel is kind of like a wizard enforcer. These are the members of the community selected for their skill in battle. It makes a lot of sense for them to be adamantine arrows as well, because that means that they are trained in fighting wizards.
Okay, cool. I say, "That's really impressive, Eve. I'm Mona. So you also know that there is another way besides killing Parallax, don't you?"
The man says, there is always another way, but the Hydra would not have requested us to come if this was not the most expedient and life-saving way. When he says life-saving, he looks at Ermengarde. Just for a moment.
Well, I talked with the 5 counselors. Hydra is part of the 5 counselors. And we met with the counselors. We made an agreement and even spoke a promise that we would resolve Parallax's crimes. If you're telling me that Hydra, one person out of the hierarchy, is going against what the rest of the counselors want to do, then that's a problem. And, that sounds like a they problem, and that they need to deal with that and not just send random assassins and go against what the rest of the counselors said.
Sounds like you're rolling a manipulation plus politics check.
Politics! I should have that. Let's do manipulation first. Yeah, buddy. Yeah, I just rolled a 10 and a 9 twice.
Whoa.
Yeah. Okay, and then that was manipulation plus. Where is politics?
So while all this is going on, particularly once that guy gave me a look, Ermengarde is just like slipped to the opposite side of this pub into a booth and has ordered herself French fries and iced tea and is as pushed into the back corner of the booth as possible and is thumbing through the tarot card she bought, pretending she does not know what's going on, does not know these people. Why can't we just do anything normal? And is just trying to have like a typical Salem moment that doesn't include real magic.
Yeah, you are flipping through those tarot cards, you say. Are you looking at the other people here? Or are you
Oh, I'm
staying on
sure.
the side?
I
Yeah?
mean, I'm as hidden as possible, but I'm sure I'm like keeping an eye on whoever's passing by the booth.
Yeah, so they're just out of sight, and you lean out and look at them for just a moment, and one of the cards slips from the deck. It's the Tower. When you rolled that politics, Mona, any more successes?
5.
5 is an exceptional success. And I'm going to say that you're going to apply a condition to these two that they are now unsure. They're going to be getting a penalty to rolls taken against you right now. And they exchange a look with one another. The man
think about it.
says, "We will see if this will stand. Hydra carries sway amongst these upstarts." And he looks at Parallax and he says, "Clear your name then and end this threat, but do it quickly, because the next time we come, you will not see us."
Wait, no, you guys should help us.
No, there won't be a next time. There won't be a next time. I can promise that.
I want them to help us. Eve, you're a warrior. You're a warrior of the adamantium arrows. You could help us.
She looks interested in what you might say.
Okay. I think that it would show a lot of character if you were able to resolve this issue in a non-murderous way and put you in a very good light in the eyes of the counselors.
You don't understand. We are the ones who are charged with bringing death. We are not here for other trifles. We would not have been brought if this was not serious. She looks over at her partner and says, "If you would like, perhaps we could find the other, less protected Parallaxes."
Yeah, kill him. We hate him.
She nods like,
And we'll help you. And I know the weapon you need to do that.
She looks at you.
So it's a sword. And what did it look like? It's really sharp. And it can cut through time.
She looks as though she kind of understands that it could be something nonsensical like this to her. And just says, "And where is it?"
I don't know. Parallax, you saw it last. Remember when you decapitated your mentor?
I grossly roll my eyes and I go to the bar. It's like, I'll take a lager, please.
You're no help. Gosh. I remember when it was Numa who made it appear out of thin air, right? With a spell. Can I do the same thing?
That was a fake one.
I know, but can I do the same thing?
You do have Prime 4. It would definitely paradox with the sleeper witnesses here.
Okay. I will say then.
You need a distraction?
I need to go to the bathroom. Oh, wait, no, I want both of them to follow me, right? I'm sure there's like an alley behind. I'll show you behind in the alley. Just don't kill me.
They exchange a look.
I will show you the weapon you need to kill this Parallax.
"Take us out there," says Eve. "Go."
All right, I am gonna go all alone. Oh wait, Finnegan's nearby. Yeah, I'm fine. I go.
If you're going out, then I guess I should stay here with Parallax.
Yeah.
Parallax, I see that. Ethel's got some fries. We should talk.
Finnegan leaves his half-finished pint, and he looks a little concerned for Mona as he follows them outside.
Perfect. Great. Yeah, then there's 3 of you and him and me. That seems fine. We'll just be right on the other side of the wall. I'm so scared.
In the pub, the 3 of you with the snacks, do you all sit together at Ethel's table?
Yeah, we're gonna do that.
Relax. Some stuff happening, and I know there was some decapitation a bunch of years ago, but that seems trivial to what's happening now. Do you want to enlighten us a little bit? Did you write a book?
No. Yes and no. It's difficult to explain. See, I can't say that I did definitively. Well, my current self did not write any book. It seems a future self or an alternative version of myself has written said book.
But wouldn't an alternate version be in an alternate timeline?
You would think so.
A future version would also be in a future and not now.
So my working theory is, you know how time has been not sort of, but it's been out of whack, as it were, in the area. I'm wondering if these alternative timelines are sort of clapping together, and we have multiple realities of myself in the same timeline. Now, whether those two want me directly or one of them, it's hard to say. Yeah.
That sounds bad.
Why is there more than one of you in the first place?
Time is, tumbly-wumbly, kind of.
Wibbly wobbly.
Yeah.
Yeah. But if time is collapsing in and the timelines are doing a shuffle, wouldn't there be a lot of duplicates of a lot of different people?
Well, that's something we need to find out. I have as many questions as you do, to be honest.
What if, we saw the snake cloud storm, and we do have that Ouroboros map. Why don't we just go to where it's broken and do some time fixing there?
I don't know if it's that simple, though.
I don't know anything about time magic. It seems complicated.
Did you do something wrong? Why are all these people chasing you?
Oh, I did nothing wrong. Absolutely not. I just
He did decapitate.
I did some things. Well, there are some mitigating circumstances to that fact. Yes, I did do that. I did kill or decapitate that person. However, they seem to always forget the part where he had gone mad with power with these sort of power gems, and I had no choice. So, yeah, that's where we are now.
So maybe it's one of the alternate timeline yous that's wanted for murder, wanted to be murdered.
Oh.
So maybe we should find the alternate yous, and I don't really like the idea of being judge, jury, executioner.
In the alleyway, Mona, roll prime gnosis and add any yantras and describe them.
Okay. Prime.
This is the tonic form spell. And since you have forces 3 as well, you can make it seem as though the object is not magical, or you can make it appear obviously magical.
Yeah, I'm gonna add 1 with my steel wrench and 2 speaking Atlantean.
A sword starts to form in your hands, assuming you get at least 1 success. You're forming it out of the mana that's inside you. So you're going to spend a mana, which you could withdraw from this object after the spell is finished.
Okay, I
Crumple
totally
away.
will do that.
The blade shimmers as you imagine it, a fairly accurate likeness of the fated blade that Parallax had used once before. The adamantine arrow with you, look at the sword, and you're holding it, and you sense something happen. And then
Brother Finnegan! My prime site's still up, by the way.
you can tell that a spell has happened. It's a time spell. For a moment, everything distorts, and you can hear the sound of a bear's growl. Several bears. It's like there's a pack of bears. In a flash, a figure, just a blur, moves out and slits the man's throat. The man with tattoos. The second one steps forward and runs Brother Finnegan through. And a third Parallax lunges at the woman and tries to hack into her, but her life armor holds, and she deflects it with one arm. It's your turn.
Look. Oh, man. I hate you, Parallax. Wait, there were 3 Parallaxes, you said?
There are 3 Parallaxes here in this alleyway with you. You can take a moment to look at them if you'd like to use that as your action. They all look fairly similar to your Parallax. They're dressed slightly differently, and one of them is maybe paler, but they're not the Parallaxes with the nightmare arms, and they're all wielding the sword that you're holding.
I want to talk to them. I'm going to say, wait, we need to talk.
The woman who is here with you is not interested in talking. And she is trained in
warriors.
Martial arts, specifically Kung Fu at 4 dots. So
Whoa.
she's going to roll a 9 dice pool to try to break one of the Parallax's necks.
Well, that's one less, I guess, but...
Okay. Those 3 10s re-roll. Parallax has a time shield up. But on that 9 dice pool, I rolled 6 successes. So he flickers away and her arm kind of almost unnaturally extends, grabs his arm and twists it, breaking one of the Parallax's arms. Then the Parallaxes reset the scene.
To before I make the sword?
No, they just reset the scene several times to try to murder this lady.
Oh, okay.
They reset the scene several times.
Can
fact-
I...
Yes.
I want to, like, help save her.
You could try to counter their spell.
Yeah, actually, yeah. Yeah, I can do that.
Roll a supernal distillation. You'll have to overreach on this spell.
That's one of my rotes, too.
Oh, nice. So actually you won't have to overreach because you'll get free reach out of this spell. If you'd like to, you could stop all of them from rewinding time. That would be overreach.
Yes, please.
Okay. Are you using the wrench to reduce your paradox down to a chance die?
Yes.
All right, add +1 for the wrench. You can't do any more yantras because this is happening in combat rounds. Everyone who's inside the bar, give me a wit's composure to hear the commotion.
One.
I'm going to use that same casting roll for all of the parallaxes.
I also only get one. But do I see anything with my fate sight by chance?
Because it's not in line of sight, you wouldn't necessarily see anything. You could use a fate spell, but only if you knew that something was happening.
Right.
Mona, how many successes on that distillation?
I got 2.
That's going to be enough to stop them. Let's say that paradox did happen. Would you want to absorb it or release it into your spell?
I would want to. I'll absorb it. I'm pretty healthy.
Since it would only happen on a 10, paradox does not happen since that was an 8. And you cast your spell. You stop them from moving through time, and they like take a step back. The one who has his arm broken is Parallax. What would you do if you had your arm broken?
I'm still in combat. I would probably, and I can't rewind time now. I'm like I'm stuck. Oof. Can I cast any other spell?
Yeah.
I mean, I would be full on attack at this point. Yeah, I would probably cast a time spell on either the ninja chick or Mona.
Yeah, they definitely are getting ready to cast a time spell. The two with swords are going to try to stab her, but she now gets her defense, and she dodges that first attack. She does not, however, dodge the second attack. The blade cuts into her back, and you see a spurt of blood erupt from her back. Eve moves and swings out with a high kick at one of them. She lands that high kick. I'm rolling really well for Eve. And she spins around, and even with Parallax time displacing out of the way, that blow hits him for a couple points of bashing damage, and he stumbles back. Mona, what do you do?
I'm just screaming at them like, stop fighting. We're all on the same side.
People inside the bar, did anyone get one success?
Yep.
All right. With that one success, as Mona screams, you are finally able to hear this commotion. You hear Mona say, stop fighting. We're all on the same side.
I put up a life shield as I lock eyes with Parallax and then go out the back.
Yeah, I think we're all gonna bolt outside.
You just do it.
But
So a life shield adds some to your defense, and it also adds some to your armor, which essentially prevents damage. Though, since weapons do guaranteed damage, swords are still pretty scary. Especially this sword, which is quite powerful. Mona, you are holding a sword, and Eve doesn't necessarily look like she wants to stop fighting these people who just attacked her friend. But the Parallaxes do look at you, and one of them says, make them go away. Tell the others that we'll kill them all. And then he's going to try to cast a space spell.
That's so vague. How am I supposed to know what you're talking about? They, them, who, what?
Are you countering his space spell?
I'm gonna try and tackle the one who's gonna do the space spell.
I think that you're coming around the corner as this is happening.
Okay, I see. So,
I'm assuming he's gonna like teleport out of there, so I'll let him.
Okay, that's exactly what he does, but he overreaches quite a bit to do it. And paradox occurs. So he winks out of existence, as does the other parallaxes. And so do you, Mona.
I should have stopped them.
There's a moment where you feel everything shift and twist, and suddenly you're in a room. It's dark here, but you can tell that there are many other parallaxes here. You count at least 12.
In one room?
Then you're back in the alley.
Oh, thank goodness. Dang.
The rest of the party comes around the corner.
Wait. I know what that room looks like.
And
Go back there.
I would say that, Hannah, you actually saw that winking out of existence happen.
And Hannah screams for Mona. What? Are you okay?
There are 12 parallaxes in a room, and I know exactly what it looks like. We can go back there and talk to all of them. Also, I guess they don't want the adamantium arrows chasing them. But like, if only they'll talk to us.
The
Then we
man
could all
with
be
the
on the same
facial
side.
tattoos rises up. His throat is still slit. He looks around and he points at Eve and he points at his neck.
Ooh, that's
Eve
cool.
goes to him and casts a life spell.
Oh, Brother Finnegan.
The man's neck heals somewhat, but there's still a massive wound. Brother Finnegan is just lying in a pool of his own blood right now.
And I run to Brother Finnegan and check and see how he is doing.
Brother Finnegan has all of his boxes filled with lethal damage right now. He is dying, in fact.
Can I heal him?
Yes?
Mend?
Yeah, I would say that
Those grievous wounds.
heal grievous wounds would apply in this situation.
Okay.
And you're touching him, so it's not an overreach. Unless you would like to overreach something like you could... He hasn't actually taken aggravated damage yet, but you could erase the scars with an overreach if you would like.
I'm just going to try and heal him.
Any yantras?
Oh, I have my lighter. And so I'll use the fire, which is a life-giving energy, and use that to kind of basically cauterize the scars as I'm going, which is more than a lighter should be able to.
Yeah, so you focus on the flame and pour that heat into his wound. It really looks like this guy got run through by a sword. The sword that Mona is in fact holding right now.
I thought I was holding like a copy of one.
That's right. It's a copy of that sword.
Okay.
I only got one success.
You do heal him a little bit, and he kind of like shudders, coughs up some blood. He's not in a good way.
I shout for Eve, like, help me. So I'm trying to help Finnegan.
Yeah, she's going to use a point of her mana as well to try to heal him. As she does, she's going to unveil her nimbus, which there are these phantom vines that slither around her and then up onto Finnegan that kind of like cover his chest, and she pulls her fist tight, and that wound seals more. She got more than one success. Oh, bloody hell. Oh, that's not good. Oh.
You okay, Brother Finnegan?
He looks up at Parallax and says, right, what did I ever do to you? No, it's not you. It's not you, right?
You should get to a hospital.
The man with the slit throat says, we must leave this alleyway. Safety in numbers. And he starts walking out. He looks at Eve and she starts going too.
I say, wait, did you see did you look at this sword closely?
Are you following them holding the sword, or are you just saying that from the alley?
I guess I'm gonna like take a few steps towards them and see if they respond.
He looks back. He looks at the sword. I have now seen that blade, he says.
Okay.
Should we go with them? Safety in numbers?
Yeah. Let's go with them.
You must come with us back to the manor.
The manor?
Are there any remnants in this alleyway of like any magic or any of those, perhaps any of the swords?
The swords are not here. Even the Parallax who got his sword arm broken kept his sword because it was so relevant to him. However, there is a lingering trace of the magic that they cast, and with your space magic, you could follow it.
Oh, I am so tempted. I'm going to do it.
Be careful,
Game
there's
up.
12 of you. Try to get them to all work together and kill the really bad one.
If you leave this
Oh, really
alleyway
bad?
unaccompanied, you will be breaking your oath.
Oh man.
Are you going to let us know that you're leaving, or are you just going to go?
Yeah, I'm just gonna go. And I'm gonna break my oath, I guess. Yeah, I guess they'll give me a condition. But
It sure will.
yeah.
You like to
So-
live on the side of danger.
Yeah, I do. All right, let me find this spell. I know it's space, but
So, Parallax, roll that space gnosis as you follow these threads.
yeah. Well, I got 2 successes.
Okay, that is enough to follow this spell. But as you leave the alleyway, you, Mona, and Hannah are now blinded, deafened, poisoned, and sick.
Okay.
I'm
fine.
blind. Okay.
I just start cursing a lot and try to remember that I can fix this.
I'm like walking into a wall. Like, what happened?
You can feel your blood boiling, bleeding from your eyes and ears. Parallax, you follow that thread to somewhere where there's a lot of parallaxes.
Yeah, well, I'm blind and deaf now, so I have no idea where I ended up. Oh God.
Air is a little bit chill.
Yeah, I wonder if I can
These are
do
the kind of parallaxes.
Right? We could have tested this out in a safer way.
Yeah. Oh man, what to do? I guess I regret everything. No. This is far more aggressive than I thought what would happen. Let's see.
In the meantime, with my life magic, can I tell if this is something that I can heal with? Like, is it a physical ailment or is this a magical condition that can't be healed with life magic?
So you need medical attention. You think there's something wrong. You could try to use your magic to stop this sickness because you have life 4.
I can like purge illness for some of it at least. Yeah, I'm going to just be screaming and cursing at specifically at Parallax, and try and.
Oh, too bad 9s don't re-roll anymore, Parallax. 1, 2, 3. Ooh.
She's done with that. I'm gonna try something else.
4.
I have an idea, but it's a stretch.
Okay, with 4, you start resisting the sickness and poison. Mona and Parallax, you each take a point of bashing damage. And I'm assuming that you were going for that poison first. You are still sickened and blinded and deafened. And you can continue to work that magic on yourself. I think that, Parallax, I want to know what you're doing.
So it's a bit of a stretch, but I'm wondering if it'll work. I want to cast Rewrite History on myself, and then change the point where I made that pact or that oath. I wonder if they will allow that.
You would not have gotten out of that room if you had not made that oath, to some degree. I don't think that you can rewind that far back. You could rewind to just before you teleported out of the alleyway.
As much as I don't want to do that, I guess I'll have that. I don't have much of a choice. I guess I'm gonna cast Shifting Sands again. Go back to.
All right.
Just have to take us with you next time.
As you cast Shifting Sands, the other Parallaxes counter it. Oh!
Well, I'll still roll for it, I guess, and see if I do better, because I just rolled an incredible roll. I'm very excited. Oh man. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 successes.
You are a lucky duck. They only got 3 successes on that roll.
Oh, lovely.
So,
All right.
you rewind time a round. You're about to travel through that hole, and then you reconsider it. Mona, you still have taken a point of bashing damage, as has Parallax, and you feel a little ill, but it's like a wave of nausea instead.
What was that?
Oh,
Is it
weird.
just, I didn't even have a drink. I feel awful.
Probably the residual spells that they cast in this alleyway. Yeah, you'll feel better in no time.
All right. Well, you should totally go and see those other Parallaxes. There's like 12 of them.
Yeah, we totally
Or
could.
trying to murder people, you might not want to face them.
But
at all.
Well,
Did the one
I mean,
who's
I feel like that. They're me. I feel like if I were to go to them, we'd be able to work something out.
yeah, probably.
So actually, I want to cast a space spell. Not warp. I'm not gonna do that again. But gonna see if I can't. What's the name of the spell? I think it's like cast sympathy or something like that.
What are you trying to do with that space spell?
Well, I want to create sort of a connection from that space I just went to this alleyway. So if I wanted to come back, I can, or go back there, I could try to do it again. I guess Web Weaver might work.
Yeah, I think that you'd need to see it, though, to cast that spell. And the other thing is that another parallax could just as easily break it.
All right, then I won't do that. All right.
The parallax who broke his arm, did he bleed?
Ooh.
Did the skin break, or was it just internal?
No, you can't tell if he bled. It doesn't seem like he did. There's just a lot of Finnegan and the tattooed man's blood here.
Okay. I'm gonna wipe a little bit of the tattooed blood on like the toe of my boot.
Okay. Are you trying to do this subtly?
Yes.
I think that that would involve a dex stealth or dex larceny check.
I'm going to keep trying to heal Brother Finnegan.
Yeah, he's still hurt. Each of these attempts takes a point of mana, but otherwise there's no witnesses right here in this alley. And
And the last time I tried to heal, these up the last of my mana. So never mind. I'm just gonna I could do regular medicine without magical.
yeah.
We can also get you, I can also get you the mana out of the well. It's 4 per day, I believe.
5 even.
5 per day. And we haven't taken today's yet, so.
1 medicine success. Regular medicine.
Yeah, you would say that he should rest. With 1 success on medicine, what this guy needs is to just not move right now. He could really use some sitting down in a chair, drinking fluids.
Yeah, maybe we should make a retreat back with Mr. Face and Miss Hair.
They are at so they are actually out where people could see them. They're standing in the street looking into the alleyway at you.
I'm gonna probably help Brother Finnegan up. Should probably get to someplace a little bit safer.
My thoughts exactly. Maybe we could get to the car.
Where is it they're taking us?
Are you asking them or are you asking the party?
I'm asking the party because they're at the edge of the hallway. So
Do I recognize the name of this building, the Manor?
Because of how many of the mages in this area are quite wealthy, you would imagine that several mages live in the manor. You would even call Covenant House a manor, but it's not the manor, so you're not sure.
Okay. If it was a bar, I would know, though. It's not a bar, is it?
I don't think that there's a bar nearby called the Manor. No.
Worth a shot.
Well, they want to go to the Manor, which in Ethyl, it sounds like a place that'd be up your alley.
I'm not sure if we can trust these two, says Finnegan.
I agree with Finnegan. I've seen that gentleman once before. It wasn't a good meeting.
Oh?
Look to the end of the alley and back. Does he have like magic ears where he can hear us?
It totally possible.
We'll go to the car and have a nice.
I take out like the notebook I just bought and I write really quickly in it that I met the guy in the garden where someone tried to kill me. He carried my body out, and I show it to Mona. And then to Hannah, and then to Parallax. But
This must have been your awakening.
Weird. I didn't think that arrows were involved with awakening.
Yeah, me neither. That doesn't make any sense.
Can we trust them?
No.
I mean, they
20
came
minutes
to
ago, they
kill
wanted to
us.
kill me. Yeah, they
Yeah.
wanted to kill me 20 minutes ago. In
Yeah, we
fact,
can't.
I'm going to go the opposite direction that they're walking. And I'm just going to go this way. And I start walking.
Can we trust Parallax? Didn't we just learn that Parallax has multiple Parallaxes and he decapitated somebody?
That's old news. Come on.
Yeah, that was a while
That's like
ago.
5 years ago. Come on.
I
Guys
mean,
can't let it go.
he's trying to right his wrongs.
We do know this is the right parallax, right?
That's a good question. How do we mark you so we don't get you confused with the other parallaxes? Parallax?
Is there something we can ask him that only Parallax would know?
I mean, you two, I point at Mona and Hannah, have an oath on me. So if we were to split up, bad things will happen. If you want, we could test that right now. But let me tell you from experience, do not recommend.
But we haven't done it yet.
You mean from experience? You've been in an oath before?
I give you guys the glare. I'm like, no.
Is that why I was so nauseous?
Ooh.
Do we all just start being sick?
But moving on from that point, I have a plan. And I cast Serendipity. I want to see if I can't find a road to find that room of fellow me's, if possible.
It's not possible.
Ah,
Not here in Salem.
no, it's not even that close. I thought it would be that far.
Can I cast a spell?
Oh,
I want to know if the growling of bears is the I want to know if that is
do you say that out loud?
the nimbus. Yeah, is the nimbus?
It's my nimbus. The bear is my nimbus.
Oh, I knew that. Obviously. Okay.
Oh, that's why there was a pack of bears.
Yeah,
Ooh.
because there's a lot.
The two arrows at the entrance to the alley as Parallax is walking away. Eve looks like she wants to go after, but the tattooed man stops, putting a hand on her shoulder and says, "You have 24 hours." And then he turns and walks away.
I tell Eve,
She's walking with him, but you can shout out.
I'm going to shout out to her. You can help us make things right.
She glares at you as she walks away.
I saved her life. I saved her life. Come on.
$24 for what?
Oh, before they come and try to kill our Parallax. All right, let's see this map you have.
What happens to us if Parallax is murdered? Does that break the oath too?
Oh my gosh, I don't even know.
I mean, at least
Probably-
territories, but
I mean, I hope if he's murdered, I don't have to watch him since he'd be, dead and a ghost. Seems like a lot.
Do you have that map on you? Can I look at that again?
map.
Yeah, doesn't Ethyl have a map? Or no, it was
Hannah
Hannah.
has a map.
Hannah, you have a map.
Probably have it in a.
Are you all stopping here in this bloody alleyway to have this conversation?
Should be on the way
So
back.
I was
So it
walking
seems-
back through the bar.
Oh, are you walking back to the bar or are you walking the opposite way to unknown streets?
Let's go to the car.
Yeah, we didn't pay our bill, so maybe not back to the bar.
Car.
Car.
All right.
Yeah.
I'm going to use a prime spell and collect all the blood off the ground.
A forces spell could do that possibly.
Oh yeah, sorry, I meant forces. I got telekinesis. I'm gonna just collect it.
Okay, roll forces gnosis.
While Mona's cleaning up the blood, and they'll look at Hannah and ask Hannah, who are the arrows?
They're mostly bag of dicks. They're kind of like magic cops.
More like the magic army, says Finnegan.
They're the claws of the dragon.
Are they connected to the people with the masks?
Yes, the guardians of the veil. They're the eyes of the dragon.
We're supposed to get along, but we're not so good at it.
Not that you're a bag of dicks, Finnegan.
Oh, I understand, but you need a bag of dicks when there's a bunch of assholes coming after you.
What?
And I just nod sagely, like helping Finnegan walk.
Mona, do you get successes on that telekinesis?
I got one.
Yeah, it's starting. You're gonna need more successes to collect all the blood. You're just like, without overreaching, it's just gonna take a while, and also it's gonna be hard to hold it all in place.
You know what I'll do? I'll start adding. Can I add my tool?
You can add +1 with your tool, but you're also going to need to overreach. And since you've already overreached this scene, it'll be a real dice of paradox.
Then no, I don't want to overreach.
I'm just gonna leave the blood here.
I'm gonna get what I collected and put it in my. I didn't get a drink, did I? I'm gonna dunk it in Finnegan's cup. It's probably
Back
been
in the car.
spilled.
No, he
Oh,
left.
he didn't bring it out with him? I'm just gonna, throw it on the roof.
Ooh, long.
All right,
I got-
you are gonna leave an interesting crime scene for the muggles who discover
Got
this.
some on my boot. I mentioned to Parallax. Well, when I catch up with him.
Yeah, you're now walking down the street, leaving slightly bloody footprints as you go. You don't see those other two mages, and you do catch up with Parallax. The whole cabal walking together?
Yes.
Wizard of Oz style, like arm in arm, or is anybody walking ahead?
I'm helping Finnegan walk, so we're a little, probably pretty slow.
And I'll walk with Hannah and Finnegan because I'm asking questions.
And I'll walk like 3 steps in front of you. I'm assuming Parallax is very
Yeah,
up
I
front.
guess I'm leading the way a little bit. Yeah.
All right. Mona, your prime sight goes off, and you can see that there's a slight distortion around one of Parallax's ears. As Parallax, you hear your own voice say, "You rang."
I did. It's funny. I'm curious how you're pulling this one off. I don't even know how to do this one yet.
Do I see the frequencies of sound?
You can't necessarily. Actually, I think that if you turned on a forces sight, you could.
Yeah, I want to put on my forces after seeing that.
Yeah.
Does it just seem like Parallax is talking to himself,
Yeah.
but without another himself?
He's doesn't need to talk that loudly, so it might not be noticeable to you. But Mona can amplify the sound waves and see them coursing to her with a forces plus gnosis check.
Yeah, I want to hear this conversation. Forces plus.
You can learn so much from us. We've learned so much together. There are disadvantages. We have our disagreements. But
Actually,
I am one who feels that you would be a valuable addition to our numbers.
Well, I do love the idea of learning more. On the other hand, the idea of no, I'm going to say yes. Yeah, you know what? This seems like a great idea. What do I have to lose? People already want to kill me over you guys anyway. So, you know.
There are reasons for that, but once we succeed, no one will even remember that we had caused any problems at all. I think that you should lose your friends here and follow that map that the other one was holding.
That kind of puts a wrench in the whole thing. I'm sort of oath-bound to... I don't point at them, but I'm like, two of them back there. I can bring one of them with me, but I've already tried losing them. It's not good. You're probably there. You probably saw that.
You should bring that strange boy with the green hair then.
The
Don't
green
bring
hair.
Mona.
Well, I'm sure okay. I'll do that, but
We'll speak.
you're gonna have to explain why.
And it cuts off.
What was the last thing you said, Rudy?
We'll speak again when you get closer.
And did I hear all that? I rolled a 1.
You do. With one success, you can hear it like a whisper.
I yelled to Parallax, lame, I don't like your parallaxes either.
Are you eavesdropping on me now? Oh, God. I have no fun around here.
You've reached the red convertible. Oh, thank goodness. All right, everyone in, says Finnegan.
You can drive?
Oh, I can always drive. I think. Maybe one of you better. But you can't hurt Betty.
I'll drive. I got 3 in drive.
Oh, I was hoping we could walk.
Oh, that's right. You don't like driving.
Get in the car.
Can I see your map real quick, Hannah?
No.
Oh yeah, Hannah. The other Parallaxes want Parallax to join them, and they want him to bring you, Hannah, and not me. Rude, right?
Rude.
But also, I think they're somewhere along this map.
They're along the map.
Yeah.
They told me to follow it. There's a thing. It's going to be a covert thing, you know, maybe learn a little in and out about what they're doing. But I get it. You guys don't trust me.
Well, if we all go as a group, keep a close eye on all the parallaxes.
I can
Yeah,
only
Parallax,
bring one of
you know, Parallax, that if you just go with Hannah, then you probably are not going to have the upper hand and get what you want, right?
No, I mean, I know myself. Yeah, it'll be fine.
Hmm.
Won't be an issue.
I don't like this idea at all.
Yeah, I think it's a terrible idea.
Well, I'm all ears for alternative ideas. But as far as we stand right now, this is all we got.
I can make us all look like Parallax.
That would be pretty cool, actually.
When we're driving, we might get a little bit far from these sleeper witnesses. Perhaps you could wardle Betty against any spatial disturbances, he says, looking at Parallax.
Yeah, sure. Wherever you want.
That's actually a great idea.
Yeah.
Oh, I think I can also do a ward against fate on Betty.
Yeah, you could cast a good luck spell on Betty, but because you're not a fate mage, it'll cost you a mana.
Oh, never mind, I can't do it.
It's sweet, sweet mana juice.
We'll get you some more.
Mona, you're driving the car?
Yeah.
Are you going back home? Home?
Yes. Yes.
All right, so driving to Covenant House. I do actually want you to roll a dexterity drive check.
Okay.
Particularly busy roads, but just for the heck of it. One success. You drive and you get caught in a little bit of traffic. It takes you some time, but you get back home.
Okay.
And when I say home, I mean the old stone house that is Covenant House. Hannah, you sense the spirits there scatter as you approach.
Maybe it's
Come on,
us.
guys. Can I start throwing some of the beans on the ground? But using the putting essence into the bean, kind of like trying to convince the spirits, like, this is a safe place. We need your help to keep this a happy, good-spirited domicile.
You put out the beans, and you can roll a spirit gnosis if you'd like, as everybody gets out of the car.
Well, what day of the week is it in this game?
So I believe that this is a Friday. You have that ball on Sunday.
I do. Yeah. All right. Still got time.
And it's like a Friday, almost evening now.
And you have 24 hours before those two are going to come after you again.
Oh yeah. Not even worried about those two. Yeah.
I got 5 successes on my spirit beans.
Yeah. Putting out those spirit beams, you sense the spirit life forms around here, and you feel like they have a condition on them that is impressed. They are impressed with you. There are several just lurking by the line of the trees, sort of floating backwards and forwards. Long, spindly nature spirits, spirits of the trees, of the grass, of the bushes. They are more powerful than you'd expect from just some random woods. There's spirits here that are spirits of the lost and spirits of animals. They're all kind of just looking at you patiently and calmly. One of the spirits, a spirit of nature, kind of shimmies out towards you to absorb the beans into it, pulling them down into the ground while the others are walking into the house? Or what's everyone else doing?
I'm walking around the house to the well.
Okay. Finnegan's going to go inside and collapse on one of the uncomfortable chairs because there's no comfortable chairs in the room left.
I'm just going to plop down crisscrossed on the grass and start kind of quietly talking to the spirit that angled over and saying, but you're so strong. What's so scary about this old house?
It shakes a little bit. We would not want to be devoured. We cannot stay here. Please do not bring us back.
Can I help?
You are not strong enough. He would devour you too.
Can you show me without telling me?
To show is to tell. To tell, to show. Parallax Ermengarde, what are you up to?
I am going to go inside to my room, and I'm going to start casting time spells to sort of prophesize what my next course of action should be.
Okay. Tell me about that spell and then roll it in just a moment, Ermengarde.
I'm going to go up to my room and check in with Byron.
Yeah, Byron is there floating in your room. Byron looks at you and says, excellent, you've returned. I've tried to find the dead of this place, but it seems that they've all been consumed somehow.
Consumed?
Yes, there are powerful spirits here, particularly down by that well. I had heard that that well was a powerful source of magic, and I would examine it further if I could. But without you in your corporeal body, I was hesitant to venture deeper.
Are you in danger of being consumed?
I am a powerful spirit, and I feel that I can protect myself. I'm not certain, though. Perhaps it would be wise for you to keep my anchor with you so that I can travel from this place.
The skull?
Yes, the skull. Each of us, ghosts that is, have objects and places to which we are bound, and that skull is mine.
Show him your stick.
Thank goodness I bought a bag. Yeah, I got this stick handle. It's lovely, isn't it? Bound to me, wanted me.
Yes, when you use appropriate tools, such as this stick that you have here, you should be able to resist the forces of the world pushing back against your spells. But I sense there's something more to it.
It's a stick, Byron.
Yes, it's a stick. I'm gonna cut out to Parallax. Do you roll that spell?
I did. I got 4 successes. I basically just go to my room. I don't have any furniture in there anymore because the bed phased out, but I sit crisscross and I pull up a pocket watch and I just stare into it, and it basically starts to glow, and then I sort of think about or start to try to prophesize what the future holds.
You can ask specific questions about what might come to pass. Like, for example, you could ask, if they succeed, might everybody forget about you and what you've done? Is that what you want to know? If they succeed, will people forget what you've done?
Yeah, that would be phenomenal. So yeah, I'll ask exactly that.
Yes.
Yeah.
If they succeed, everyone might forget all that you've done.
Oh, they might forget. It's not guaranteed.
Nothing is guaranteed. You know that about time.
Yeah. Okay. Other question is, if I were to go to the other parallaxes, is it possible, or could I have them break the oath spell that I have on me?
You think that it might be possible for the other parallaxes to break the oath.
Would I become, or no? Now the questions I'm thinking of are too vague. If I, Actually, here's another segue to a different idea. No, I don't want to even bother with that. Let's say, would I encounter the evil Parallax if I were to join the rest of them?
You sense that if you were to join them, you would encounter the evil Parallax.
And I guess my final question is, are they using the Ogma Infinium to do their magic?
You'd have to ask it if this, then that. So,
All right. So if
you could ask, if I went to them, would I find the Ogma Infinium, for example?
that works. Sure.
The answer is you might very well find the Ogma Infinium if you went to the other Parallaxes. Mona, you've reached the well. Are you going to pull the mana out of it?
Yeah.
Doing anything else while you're there?
I think I'm gonna just work on pulling all 5 mana out.
Okay, you'll need 5 successes on a prime gnosis check, and you could distill it down into any form that you would like.
Excellent.
Also, I assume that you incorporated that blade and returned it to being a point of mana for yourself previously?
Yes.
Yeah. So while you're doing that, Hannah, are you asking that spirit any more questions?
Yeah, I'm asking, how long has this big, scary, devouring spirit been at this house?
We are not supposed to talk of him. Even this may lead me to be consumed.
Can you tell me if he's here right now?
The spirit doesn't say anything.
Ooh, can I poke my head through the veil and look at what's on the other side of this house?
Yes, you may.
And I'm going to use I'm trying to think of what would be the right yantra for this. Like just being at the house isn't.
I'd say no. Walking randomly into the woods might.
Yeah, maybe. What if I walk like I'm balancing on a straight line into the woods with my eyes closed?
Ooh. I'd give you a +2 bonus. 1 for the walking into the woods and 1 for the closing your eyes. Are you saying anything in high speech as you're walking for an additional +2 bonus?
Yeah, I'm going to sing "We're Off to See the Wizard," but in
Oh, very nice.
all right. So it's 3 plus 3. And that was +3 for the yantras?
+4, in fact.
And Parallax isn't with me anymore. It doesn't count too.
That's right. Parallax is not with you.
That is still 3 successes.
3. You are walking into the woods, and as you do, you get a strange sensation. It's almost as if you're stepping on stone or brick. And
Open my eyes at that.
Oh, it was just a stone. It was just a stone. Just a
Okay.
stone here in the woods.
Close my eyes again. I've definitely got the chills.
You hear woof, woof from behind you. You hear a sound coming towards you from behind and a presence by your side. Dog's here.
Do I feel like my spell was successful, or is dog coming with me?
You feel like your spell is being successful. You feel like in closing your eyes, you can see that most of the spirits here are already manifest in the world. That this woods, the tree spirits, they're alive but scared. They're hiding. Dog barks again. Saying something, perhaps.
Yeah, I'm going to talk to dog. What is it, dog?
Dog runs forward. Are you keeping your eyes open or closed?
Closed, but I'm going to carefully walk towards the direction of dog, like with my hands out, like.
With your eyes closed, dog seems much smaller. Toto-sized, even. Dog runs to a tree and barks fiercely. Woof, 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 woof. And you see a massive, looming shadow behind the tree. A lion reaches out and attacks dog, its claws tearing into his flesh.
No, I'm going to use Howl from Beyond, which is one of my roads. Like,
Okay.
I accidentally screamed, "Not Toto," and oh no, I didn't write this one down.
So you would add your rote skill, and since this isn't a combat round, it would just be that rote skill plus your spirit plus your gnosis.
Yeah, that's the part I didn't fill in. Sorry.
It's okay. I'm gonna check rote skills for
Howl from the Beyond is expression, firearms, or medicine.
yeah, it would be a it doesn't have to be one of those. It actually has to be one of your
oh, it was crafts.
your order skill. That's right. It would be crafts probably.
Right, because which is, I mean, for me, it's usually gardening, so it's kind of like using the wilds to attack for me.
Okay, maybe you reach down and pick up an object reflexively.
Yeah. That's 1 plus. 4 successes.
With 4 successes, you find your hands closed around some sort of stick in the material world, and your force of will shatters forward, blasting that spirit, which runs with a whimper from you deeper into the forest.
Check on dog.
As you run towards dog, you can see that spirit lurking just out of sight. It's a massive, hulking lion. It says in a resounding voice, "Why'd you have to do that?"
You attacked my dog without provocation. That's rude.
"It could have been sent by my enemies. I have so many enemies here," says the spirit.
Well, if you judge everyone as an enemy, you'll never make any friends. We could be friends if you promise not to attack me or my dog again.
"I won't attack you. I won't attack you now. There's no reason.
Would you like some beans?
I don't need any beans. I only eat meat, says the spirit.
That's fair. Have you been scaring all the other spirits away?
Those spirits are supposed to listen to me. I'm the king of the forest.
Authority should only be given to those who earn it through respect and kindness. What, just because you're the biggest one in the forest?
It's mine. I've made this so it was mine.
I don't think that's how a kingdom works. Certainly doesn't work successfully. It's about a democracy or anarchy.
They can't think.
Everyone gets something.
These spirits, they get something. I'd protect them. They're part of my kingdom.
And they're terrified. Are they scared of you or something else?
They're scared of me. And the spirit is right in front of you. You feel your hand pulled down by something in the mortal world. Do you open your eyes?
If I'm pulled down to the mortal world?
Like in the mortal world, with your eyes closed, something, not a spirit, lays a hand on your arm.
Yeah. I probably do punch them.
Yeah, you swing your fist up and it impacts their chest. This person is massive, with a mane of red hair. You can feel that they are this spirit. You've never met a person who is a spirit before. And it's the Nemean.
You found him.
And that's where we're going to pause this session.
That's awesome. You found him. He's been missing.
That was a cowardly lion, and he's terrifying.
So yeah, we will deal more with what you do at the house, the rest of the party, when we have our next session. For now, everyone gets a beat. Does anyone get additional beats for accomplishing aspirations or obsessions?
So one of my aspirations was to break the oath.
I don't think that it applies.
Oh, okay. I might change that aspiration.
Yep.
One of my obsessions is to clear my name, and now that I have a potential path to do so.
Yep, that's a beat. When you say a potential path to clear your name, do you mean helping all the evil Parallaxes succeed at their goal?
I have so many ideas.
Oh, great.
I don't know what I'm gonna do, to be totally honest with you. I could, go off a limb and just join the other Parallaxes and be totally evil, or, be renegade.